Welcome to Show Me Something Wrong!
Oh, that was high. Was not expecting that. I've got to now match that level of intensity. I'm so tired from this tampon shit. Right, here we go. Where each episode, one of us chooses a movie to watch that the other hasn't seen. The movie is often obscure, usually odd, and always wrong.
Oh shit, I didn't do it that time. Wait, one more time. And always wrong. I'm Dave.
Oh, fuck's sake. I'm Guy, and today I've chosen the movie, and it is Tampon Tango from 1984. I think.
That was an appropriately chaotic opening for a fucking chaotic movie.
I'm just gonna say, this is a film that we watched. It's fucking ridiculous. And I'm gonna have to apologize. I'm kind of a bit foggy in the noggin at the moment. I'm so...
Fogging in the noggin.
I'm so sleep deprived. I actually woke up at 3 a.m. today.
Thinking a tampon tango?
Well, I was just like... Once I'm awake, I'm awake, and I never get back to sleep. And I was like, I've got to fix my notes with Tampon Tango. So after like trying to get back to sleep for about an hour, I thought, no, it's no fucking good. So I went into the living room at 4 a.m., sparked up the computer again, poured myself a glass of wine, and started watching Tampon Tango
again
at 4 a.m.
Was that like the third time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
So this is a film.
This is a film. I think I said it last time. I have actually been meaning to watch this film for how old am I? 37. So maybe like 15 years.
Right.
I've been meaning to watch this. I think I read about it in Cinema Sewer magazine.
Right.
I think Robin Bougie wrote about it. And I remember going like, fuck, I've got to see that. But just never getting around to it.
That's funny you mentioned it, because I think that's probably roughly around the same time that I came across it. Not literally came across it, because there's not a lot coming to...
Yeah. I would struggle to do it.
Not that I didn't try. But no one's coming to this, Dave. And it was kind of like appearing in a lot of lists at that time. And it kind of got lumped in with that, that what the fuck wacky Japan subgenre, which, people love. And this is just my interpretation. This is probably jumping ahead, but it's almost like a Takeshi's Castle porn film. It has that same ridiculous, what the fuck, this is wacky Japan feel to it, which was very appealing to me as a late teenager. And I think that's the first time I watched this and thought, this is fucking bonkers. Yeah. And it's kind of like, it's a movie that could only ever come from Japan.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's a film that is as weird. Like, it's both not as insane as I thought it was going to be and more insane than I thought it was going to be.
Interesting. Because you might have to explain.
When I was watching this, I'm like, this is not too crazy. I don't know what I was expecting. I think I was just expecting tampons left, right, and center based on the title. But then upon reflection, I'm like, no, but it was fucking crazy, but just not in the way that I expected it to be. It's much more like, I don't know. It's like a weird, like, art piece or something. It's a deeply strange movie.
Difficult to describe.
We're gonna have to try.
Well, let's get into it. So, director Masashi Yamamoto. So Masashi Yamamoto is most known for his film Robinson's Garden. Incredible film. Won loads of awards, screened all over the world. Fucking fantastic. He's made another film recently called Northern Paradise, which is also done phenomenally well. He's not a household name director, but he's done a lot of very, well-known works.
Right.
But Robinson's Garden is definitely his most famous one. But after watching Tampon Tango, if you look at his output, his filmography, it's not surprising to see some of the people that he's often worked with or often associated with. So he is he was very good friends with Koji Wakamatsu, the godfather of Pink before he passed. who has done some fucking incredible movies. What is your favorite Wakamatsu film? Just as we're talking about it.
Violated Angels, maybe.
Oh, banger! Yeah, I always loved Gogo's second time version.
I really love his film. It's the most fucking crass and direct title, but his film Serial Rapist. Have you seen that? The 70s film?
No, not seen that.
Oh man, that film's great. I can't remember his name, but a really, really famous freeform saxophonist does the score of it, and it's like horrific.
That sounds quite nightmarish.
Like the whole way through. It's an amazing film. But yeah, Wakamatsu, I fucking love his stuff.
He was way ahead of the game. So yeah, good friends with Wakamatsu. He's often casted punk band members in his films. So members of the legendary Japanese punk band Gizm.
Oh, right, yeah.
Not Jism, as a lot of people think it is. It's red. Gizm. And Cole Machida, who is someone we will talk about a lot today. But he was also in Robinson's Garden, as I mentioned before. He's also in Burst City by our mate, Sogoishu. That film the name Burst City has come up on this podcast so many times.
Yeah.
There's so many films that we've spoken about. There's always someone connected to that. But yeah, so basically the director of Tampon Tango, Yamamoto Masashi, he has a lot of connections with the kind of underground, the punk atmosphere. But he's kind of elevated beyond that,
right?
That crowd, if you will, and he does relatively harmless films.
Harmless.
The film we are talking about today, though, is one made very early on in his career. Funnily enough, does not appear in any of his filmographies.
Right.
So it's kind of been deleted from his history.
Really?
But the people who know. But yeah, if you go onto his official website, if you look at his filmography on anything, Tampon Tango is just not there. Not surprisingly.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm going to just give a very brief overview of what Tampon Tango is before we get into it. So basically, this film is a film about a film being made. So it's about a bunch of maybe 20-something-year-olds set out to make a porn film. And it's their, I guess, behind the scenes, going out shooting scenes, and what they capture and how things unfold from there. So we don't actually get to see the footage that they shoot. It's more we're kind of seeing like their behind the scenes and their making of this porn film, which is also a subgenre that I absolutely love. The making of a film. Yeah. And I think Japan also does that subgenre really well. More recently, we had that Don't Stop the Camera film.
Oh, that was so good. Wait, what's the English title again?
Don't Stop the Camera.
One Cut of the Dead.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, One Cut of the Dead. Oh, fuck, yeah.
Film is fucking great. I think I've watched that 5 times now. I'm obsessed with that film. That's probably the best Japanese film I've seen in the last maybe 5 years or so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I love that movie. It's great.
Brilliant. And they even do the fake documentary stuff really well. Like, obviously, Muzeni is the one which often gets mentioned a lot. But there's that other one. This is really off topic, but what was that one about the idol? It's like a supernatural idol film. It's like 40 minutes, and the end is just fucking crazy.
Oh, yeah. Psychic Vision Jiganrei.
Knockout stuff. Psychic Vision
from 1988. That was
also really ahead of its time as well.
That film, I remember being so disappointed that you had seen it because I wanted to do it so badly for the podcast. That film's fucking great. So yeah, it's about an idol. They're like uncovering this like idol who like what is it again? Like I can't even remember. They find like it's like a haunted song.
It's one of her songs which they capture some sort of haunted message or something ridiculous like that.
And they're filming her kind of debut video. But
it's beautiful.
I don't want to ruin anything, but the final scene of that does something I've never seen in a film before. I don't want to say what it is, but just see that film. Yeah. It's so good. Also has an amazing song, like the actual Idol song.
Oh, yeah.
I love that song so much.
Yeah. So that subgenre of making a film, making a film. It's just so fun to watch. And I don't know if it's just because we make films ourselves that we enjoy these kind of things, but it's just so charming to watch. You see all the people get together, do something, and you kind of see their passion play out in front of your eyes. And this is no exception whatsoever. This film is fucking nuts, and you see the directors, the cast members, all just trying to give it their all to make this porn film. Yeah. But in the most wacky and ridiculous kind of way. So basically, this is a film about making a porn film.
In the most non-direct kind of way, right? Because it's sort of, it is that, but it's also just then spirals off into incredibly long sex scenes and just surreal moments that have no connection to making a film at all.
Now, I've got some very juicy information about this.
Oh, yeah.
There is no information about this film online, like at all, in English or Japanese. There is like a barren wasteland. There's fuck all, apart from like a few people's like Twitter posts commenting on this and that. There's nothing. It's one of the very few examples of a film where I've tried to find information, but have found literally nothing. There's no like Japanese websites that is kind of like archiving it or talking about it, reviewing it, or talking about its production. There's nothing. And there's 1 or 2 English sites reviewing it, but finding information about this film was extremely difficult. But I have a very juicy bit of information, which I managed to scoop up. Now, I'm just going to assume that you were wondering as to why there are no mosaics and no censorships in this film.
That was my main question, because normally if you watch a Japanese porn film or anything in Japan, even watching that what's his name? Del Toro. His film, The Shape of Water.
Right.
They even blurred, like a butt or something in that, like a butthole, I guess.
That's interesting.
Or maybe, or balls or something like that. I remember seeing it at the cinema. I'm like, oh wow, like they've blurred, I guess, what must be some balls.
Wow, that's funny you say that. Actually, I've not seen the film, but I was talking about butthole censorship recently.
Yeah. Because buttholes are not censored.
No, because they're not classified as a genital. So by Japanese laws and censorship laws, they're not classified as genitals. So buttholes are free game. There's no censorship on buttholes.
So what if you put a dildo in a butthole? Would they censor that?
I guess so.
Because the dildo's a kind of a genital, a mock genital.
Yeah, I guess once you go down butthole dildo routes, then that will probably get censored. But I think buttholes on their own, that's not classed as a genital in Japan. So they're free game. Okay. You can look at buttholes all day, which we have to do a lot in this film. There's a lot of buttholes, but this film is not censored. But I thought it would be a great. I do have the reason for it as to why it's not censored. By the way. It. No, I'm getting straight into it. Yeah, okay. But I thought this would be a good opportunity to talk about the censorship laws in Japan. So basically, in Japan, distribution and sales of images or like uncensored images of genitals is completely illegal due to like the crime of distributing obscene materials. And what's really interesting is that unlike say like America or other countries that have a regulated board that regulates all of the porn industry or whatever. In Japan, everything is self-regulated. So people who produce their own adult movies or whatever, have their own companies, they choose how to censor their films. Not just for porn, like photographers who like photograph nude models, etc. people can self-censor, which is why the levels of censorship and mosaics and whatnot vary drastically from film to film. Like, you might get a film that is just heavily pixelated, or you might get a big fucking black blob placed on front of, front of, the genital area. So everything is really like...
There's no standard.
There's no standard, because it's self-regulated. But all we know that something that is not censored is illegal.
Right.
And there have been like a few interesting examples where people have protested this ridiculous rule by censoring the genital area with pictures of like mutilated dead bodies and stuff, which is absolutely fine.
Right.
So you can perfectly show a picture of a woman, legs spread, but instead of seeing her vagina, you can see cut up dead bodies. That's fine. Post that in the magazines, no worries at all.
Oh, wow.
But you can't show their genitals.
I remember even in reading about and seeing as well in the 60s, maybe even people like Wakamatsu and his like crew would try to mess with people by showing flashes of like armpit hair and stuff like in sex scenes.
Oh, wow.
So it'd be like, oh, nah, gotcha.
I mean, it's pretty desperate times, isn't it? When you're trying to trick people by looking at armpits. Fucking hell. So, in Japan, 1980s, there was a demand to see the goods. People were sick of the censorship. They wanted uncensored materials. And from like the early to mid 80s, there was like the boom of it's called ura video, which is essentially like the backdoor video, better translated as under-the-counter videos. What these are is essentially uncensored tapes. And this could be anything. This is not just porn films. This could be anything which someone has like produced on their own, which might show some sort of like genitalia. It could also be like what we said during the Miracle Bunny episodes, like homemade movies. Anything that someone has self-produced but not censored, they were getting sold under the counter by pawn shops. And because all of these like porn films that were getting made were being self-censored, the companies had the masters. So they had the ability to then go to these shops and be like, can you sell this under the counter? And what a lot of the people did who were like producing these porn films but wanted to sell the under the counter version as well, to avoid getting caught, is they would change the name of the title and mix up facts about it to kind of, I guess, disassociate themselves from the actual film. So this film we're talking about today is Tampon Tango, released in 84. However, it was re-released in 85 as an ura video.
Right. And
the title for that is, I'll tell you what, I'm going to ask you, Dave, what is the word for bum in Japanese?
Oshiri.
Oshiri, right. So this was sold as an ura video in 1985, 1 year after Tampon Tango was released, under the title Oshiri Rhapsody. And by going through this under-the-counter ura video route, they were able to distribute it completely uncensored, which is the version that we watched.
But the version that we watched, the title is Tampon Tango. So is it just like the case and stuff?
Yeah. It's just not mosaicked. Everything else is exactly the same.
But I mean, like you said, they changed the title.
Ah, right, yeah.
But the title in this is still Tampon Tango.
Sure, the credits still say Tampon Tango.
So was it just like the packaging maybe that they changed?
I can only assume. Because there's fuck all information. You try to search Oshiri Rhapsody in Japanese, there's nothing. Yeah. You're not getting anything. But that's what I heard. That's
kind of become a thing now, like the whole like decensored or uncensored versions of Japanese porn. They keep those masters, right? And then sometimes sell them to like the overseas market as well.
Yeah.
So I guess they still do it, but I wonder if this under the counter thing still happens now.
Well, I guess that was going back in the days of like video shops and things, and now everything is digital. And because pretty much every porn company now is using like overseas servers, using like servers in America or whatever to basically bypass the the censorship laws in Japan. So there's not really any demand to distribute within the country uncensored versions.
Right.
Because you can just log on to the internet and see them anyway, really. But saying that, this is a very recent bit of news that just popped up on my feed the other day. A girl was selling photos or like her own, like basically her own adult content. She was doing a what's it, OnlyFans, right? Something like an OnlyFans type thing where she was selling uncensored whatever of herself, and she got arrested.
This is recently.
This is like last week.
Fucking hell.
So it's still a criminal offense to do that kind of thing, even in this day and age.
That's fucking ridiculous. It's so insane that they've stuck to these rules. And I don't know, I'm saying this without checking my research or anything, but it comes from like post-war Japan, right? Like this is like a rule that was like imposed by America, I think, and they've just stuck with it. Yeah. As far as I'm, maybe do your own research on that. But I feel like it's just this law that they have doggedly stuck to since, post-war Japan,
right,
essentially, where they've taken this rule extremely literally and just haven't moved on from it.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me because their laws are so outdated.
Yeah.
I think it was only up until recently where you could still marry a 14-year-old girl legally.
Oh. Yeah, and I think that was really recently.
I think they just changed it to 16 or something.
Yeah, it's nuts. But it is a weird thing though, because I think like the values of most people in Japan are pretty progressive.
Yeah.
Kind of. It's hard to explain really, but most people here support gay marriage, for example. Yet they're like, oh, but it'll never be a law. It'll never pass because they're just like sort of committed to the bureaucracy.
Japan
of the
is
country.
so stuck in its ways.
Yeah, they're like, no, gay people are fine. Yeah, they should be able to get married, but it'll never happen in Japan. Like that's the answer you always get when you ask about something like that, for example. And I feel like this is another case of like, well, we're always going to censor dicks and pussies, not buttholes though.
But they got to uncensor them at some point, right?
I don't know. It's been a long time.
Bizarre.
This is like since forever.
And for a country that has such a massive sex industry as well.
Well, that's the other thing that's nuts is like they censor stuff, but they also have the most horrific porn in the world, probably. Like the most, I don't know, like grimiest stuff happening in the porn. Yeah. And yet it's censored.
Well, I think that's why. Because normal porn is censored, they have to think of more creative ways, right?
Which is also quite a funny little thing as well. It's like the limitations of giving this sort of creativity.
Well, that's where all like the tentacle stuff comes from. Because they can't show a dick, so they bring out a squid.
Some tentacle. They bring out a squid. Squids are all right. Buttholes okay. Squids okay.
Well, that's it. In Japan, you can put a squid in a butt and you're fine.
Yeah. You could.
But you can't sell pictures of your penis. So don't do that, Dave.
Have you heard about in the realm of censors? So my understanding of that film is it's not a Japanese production. I think it's like a French production. But so it was never released on the mainland of Japan.
Right.
I can't remember where it was, but they screened it on an island. I can't remember which island, but that was not they didn't have to adhere to Japan's rules.
Interesting.
And apparently like it's like this tiny island with this cinema screening in the realm of censors, and just, Japanese guys were just coming over in droves, just like, boatloads of them each day to see in the realm of the censors, to see some uncensored willies getting chopped off. Spoiler warning for in the realm of censors.
Yeah. So, so moving swiftly on. So this is, this film was originally censored. We watched the uncensored version, which is the version more widely available at this moment. And with that, let's get on to it.
Oh boy.
So, opening, here we go. The opening starring the director,
I was wondering
Yamamoto himself.
he's giving a big speech about how this is the first X-rated film, and it's very like political as well.
Yeah.
Where he's like, "Let's invade the states. Let's invade the United States and show them." What does he say? He's like, "Long live Japan! Like, let's show them Japanese video technology." It's so
great.
It's so Japanese.
It's so patriotic as well. I love it. Yeah, he's bragging so much about how his previous porn film conquered America.
Yeah.
It conquered America, and now he's ready for the second launch, and he's shouting, "To hell with America, to hell with herpes."
Yeah, it's a lot of herpes talk in this film.
And then, like you said, long live Japan. And then we get a groovy ass drum track kick in. The camera pans out, and we see a couple fucking in a phone box. It keeps panning out and just starts going down this street, and the street is littered with people just having sex in the street. And it's such a jaw-dropping scene.
It's such a good opening shot. Very long take, and yeah, I really watching this. I was like, oh my god, how did they achieve this shot? It must have been shot very early in the morning. That was my feeling, because no one's around, right? And they're doing some pretty naughty things out in public.
And in the distance, 3 men come running down the street towards the action.
Did one have his dick out?
One had his dick out.
Okay, yeah, because I watched it a few times, like, is that a dick? So there's a dick out.
One had his dick out. Once
the
they
first
get close,
dick of the film.
It is. And I was the same. When I saw that, I was like, is that a dick? But that can't be a dick, because it's not a mosaic dick. But now we know why. And it kind of like freeze frames on these 3 men running towards the action, dicks in hands. Yeah. And then it's like, Tampon Tango.
I gotta say, I love the titles of this film. It kind of looks like, you know, when you would make like a PowerPoint in high school, and you try to choose the most like garish, hideous colors.
Get a rainbow effect on it.
It's got that rainbow effect. It's great. Oh boy.
So next we kind of see a crew getting ready for the shoot. They're kind of hanging out like outside a van, gathering people around before they drive off towards the set. One of the staff members is handing out costumes. It's all kind of just like free talk. One of the girls is complaining that she has to dress up as a schoolgirl again. And she's like, I've been the schoolgirl fucking 7 times in a row. Like, I gotta wear this bloody uniform again. One of the guys, he's gagging to get involved. He's like, come on, director, man, put me in the scene. I've not had a bonk in a week. Come on, let me get him. And it's important to note that because this film is like about making another film, all of these scenes are very like fly on the wall, handheld type things.
Yeah.
So the camera is just like walking around, documenting things.
We sort of, we move between scenes like that first one, which is like a very planned out, intricate kind of shot, to this sort of stuff, which, as you said, very chaotic, like improvised sounding dialogue and very loosey-goosey camera work.
Loosey-goosey.
Loosey-goosey, yeah. You like loosey-goosey camera work in your films, don't you?
I know.
You like the handheld loosey-goosey.
I love a loosey. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, that's the technical term.
I'm just going to say that from now on.
That's what Michael Bay says when he directs his movies. Bit more loosey-goosey, guys.
This goose is not loose enough. Loosen up this goose. So they all hop in the car, get on their way, some funky jazz music kicks in. They're driving towards the location, but the actress doesn't want to wait. They want to practice, right? Well, that's it. As you say, Dave, she's keen as a bean.
Keen as a bean.
I think she's loose as a goose.
She's loose as a goose, keen as a bean. Yeah, when they start fucking, there's like this one guy who's just like, I'll do my best, I'll do my best, I'll do my best, just over and over and over. Which is a running theme throughout this, right?
I was going to say that anytime someone is about to perform, they say that I'll do my best. Yeah.
In this very like incredibly repetitive same tone over and over and over. Yeah. We also meet another important character.
Oh yeah,
who I've just written down as Guy with Stupid Red Hat.
So, Guy with Stupid Red Hat is
you can tell me who he is.
He is Machida Cole, who is a big name guy.
What?
Been in loads of movies. He's the guy who was in Burst City. He's a published writer. He's a famous musician. He's been in everything.
He does some absolutely fucked stuff in this film.
And yeah, he has done some fucked up stuff in this film. But before he was famous, and he is fucking famous.
Yeah.
You look at his like website or his Wikipedia, his output is just fucking massive.
That's nuts.
He's done everything.
Wow.
But here, he did a lot more.
Yeah.
He did some wild shit in this film.
He's straight away in this film, he's smacking his dick around and asking for cabbage.
That's it. He's looking sadly down at his dick.
Yeah.
And he's like...
He needs help with his boner, right? He's got boner problems.
He says, can you bring me a cabbage? And he was like, what the fuck would I do that for? He's like, it'll help with my erection. So...
We'll see a lot more of him later.
And more cabbages.
Yeah.
I didn't quite get the link with that, though.
The cabbage boner
and bonus?
thing.
No, is that a thing?
First I've heard of it.
Meanwhile, director, who's driving the car, he is over the moon with his idea.
He's on cloud 9.
Oh my god. He's like, it is amazing that we have this tampon scene in this movie. There has never been a scene like this. This is going to be the biggest thing ever. And he's just so sure of himself talking about this tampon scene. And he's got a fistful of tampons in his hand.
Yeah.
He's like driving the truck with one hand, and his other hand has got a fistful of tampons. Oh, so then we arrive at the beach. The first set of where this porn film will get shot.
Fucking grim looking beach, isn't it?
It's a bit dirty.
It's a real filthy looking beach.
So the guy with the stupid red hat, his name is Cole, let's call him Cole. He takes out a bottle of sake, starts washing his dick with it.
Oh, is that what he was doing? Okay.
At first I thought it was like seawater.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was, but it's sake.
I think it's sake.
Okay.
He's like washing his dick with some sake, takes out like a measuring...
He's measuring the girth and the length and stuff.
And then it's too small, he just starts beating his dick.
Whacking his dick around.
Whacking his dick. We cut over to the female co-stars, and they're kind of like squatting by the shore.
Yeah.
We like see them from behind, and the camera like, pans around to the front of them, and they're washing their genitals with fucking detergent.
Oh, is that what that was? Yeah. Okay. All right.
And it's like, there's a massive box of detergent just like placed center in the frame. There's two girls either side just washing themselves with it. And then, did you notice something wash ashore?
No.
A massive peach washes up ashore.
Right.
And this... I don't ask me why this is in here, because I have no fucking idea. But this is a reference to the myth of Momotaro.
Okay, yeah.
Which is like one of the most popular stories of Japanese folklore about a boy born from a peach who washes up to the shore and then goes off and fights a load of demons.
Does he fight him with a tiny pin or something? Is that his thing? He's like a little tiny boy, right? Is that it? Or is that the other one? There's a lot.
I couldn't tell you. We don't know exactly when this story came from, but people say it goes back as early as 1392, the year 1300s.
Right,
This story of Momotaro comes from.
Yeah.
It's a story as old as time. And as old as time, Dave.
Not quite as old as time.
As old as 1392. and they just have this shot of this big fucking peach wash up on shore, but then pay no attention to it.
Neither did I. I didn't even notice it.
Okay. but then I was like, wait, that's Momotaro. And then this is where things just get really odd. And
bonkers.
Up until now, we've had man slapping his penis, women washing their vaginas with detergent, Momotaro washing up onto the shore. And then what happens, Dave?
A meteorite falls down with a title announcing the meteorite falling down, like a big flashing title, and it lands on one of the women who's been washing their vaginas. Bonks her on the head.
She miraculously only suffers a nosebleed.
Yeah. She's just a bit bloodied up and just like, oh god.
And then out of nowhere, the director comes running across shouting, tampons, tampons, let's insert a tampon.
Tampon, tampon, dashi.
And runs up to her with a tampon in his hand, but he doesn't put it in a hoo-ha. Where does he put it, Dave?
Wait, where does he put it?
In her nose!
But then in the...
He's got the... So he runs up with the tampon in his hand, and he's so excited. Like, he looks over the moon.
He's on cloud nine.
He is. And he shoves his tampon up her nose. And he's like, hey, bring more tampons. He shouts out, bring more tampons. 2 other guys jump out from behind some bushes. For some reason wearing shirts, but nothing on the bottom, but they have something tied around their penises.
What's on their dick?
And they run over with tampons.
But what's on their dicks?
I don't know.
I want to know what's on their dick.
Know.
Is it more tampons hanging off their dicks?
Oh, it could be. It looked like some kind of confetti or something. I don't know. And the other 2 guys come along. They start like tampon fucking them down below, and the director's tampon fucking her through the nose. It's like some weird tampon fuckfest. And as they come, they do the same line. I'll try my best. I'll try my best. And they're ramming them with tampons. And then, as they pull one of them out, what happens?
It explodes.
It explodes.
Like a firecracker. That looked real. That looked like they put a tampon with a firecracker on the end of it inside a woman.
Yeah.
And then set it off.
Yeah.
And it really quickly, it kind of does like freeze frame.
It does, yeah.
And then you don't really see after that.
You don't see the aftermath, yeah.
At this point in the film, because this is quite early on, I was like, fuck, this is absolutely insane. Like the sequence of things that just happened within the space of, like 30 seconds?
It's so fast. It's so fast, yeah.
This film is like a constant, it's just things getting thrown in your face and then nothing for ages. Then buttholes for ages. And then lots of shit happening and then buttholes for ages.
Yeah. But just after the firework explodes, there's another girl. There's a third actress.
Oh, yeah.
And they walk over to her with the tampon in hand. She's like, no, I'll do it myself.
Yeah, it's very stoically.
It is, yeah.
Inserts the tampon.
She goes, yeah. And then the camera pans across. And you got a stupid red hat man just saying, cabbage. So I think he's fucking gurning for a fuck, but he needs a cabbage.
When we're back in the car, so they're like done at this beach scene, we see the director again, and did you see his hat? He's just, he's got a hat on that's just lined with tampons, just everywhere. Oh my god, this next thing that happens.
He's making the tea.
Wait, what's he doing with the tea?
Oh, so the director with the tampons in his hat.
Yeah.
He's driving. He's got a cup in his hand, and he's got a bloody tampon in the other, and he's like dipping it in and out as if he's making like tampon tea. And nothing to do with the movie here, by the way. But one thing I did notice is as they're driving down the road and they drive past the Aokigahara suicide forest.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, and it's really framed so that you can see the sign. So I wonder if they purposely included that into the...
I'm sure they did.
Which is, the most famous suicide spot in Japan. Not that anything in this film is filmed there.
No, thank God.
But they drive past it. Something they snuck in. A bit of suicide.
Well, I'm glad they didn't shoot any scenes in there. I think that would have been too much for me. Oh God, the next bit with Red Hat, dumb guy.
Yeah.
Oh
cool.
Fucking hell. So he's in the back of the van, right? Just desperately trying to get his dick working properly, and he's sort of got a half chub, not a full chub. He's got a half chub, and he's doing all these different things to, I guess, strengthen his erection.
Yeah.
So he's vacuuming his dick.
Oh, yeah.
The vacuum cleaner, which honestly, like, looked quite upsetting, looked quite painful. He's like trying to lift weights with his dick. He's like slipping his dick under some weights. And then the thing that I don't know what it was about this in particular, but it really made me cringe.
It looks very painful.
It looks so painful. He's got an electric guitar. And he's just whacking he's like sort of playing the guitar with his half chub dick. You know, I used to play guitar.
With your dick?
Not with my dick, just with my fingers. And it's, you know, it hurts to play those strings without a plectrum, you know? And to imagine my half erect dick.
With my fingers.
To imagine my half erect dick whacking against
Yeah.
some fucking strings.
Yeah. And he's proper strumming away, isn't
Oh,
he?
he's going for it.
It's not like he's not slapping the
No.
strings, he's strumming the strings.
He is strumming that dick
And singing
and singing.
in a moving car, and so he's flailing around trying to sing and strum this tune with his penis.
What a madman.
But
I
then-
love how it ends as well.
Oh,
'Cause
it's great.
His final sort of show of strength is he breaks like a kind of, it's like a slab
It's
of
a roof
rock.
tile. It's a
Oh, it's a
roof
roof tile, is that what it was? Yeah. Like a sort of, he just breaks it with his dick.
And also, there's a cabbage rolling around in the background. Oh, man.
Oh fuck, that was very funny. And yeah, more shagging in the car, right? With the guy still saying, "I'll try my best. I'll try my best. I'll try my best."
So that's in the other car. So there's the van and the
multiple
car.
cars
Yeah.
with the crew, right?
So a sex scene commences. Again, like you said, try my best. But the guitar guy, he's watching from the other car, and he's just fucking smashed a roof tile with his penis.
Yeah.
So he's good to go.
Yeah.
So he's like, all right, stop the car. He pulls over. He jumps into the other van. He throws the guy out, and he's like, oh, we were just in the middle of fucking. He jumps in. It's his turn.
Is this when we cut to this very long sex scene?
Yes.
Yeah, and so that's Red Hat Dum Dum.
That's Red Hat Dum Dum.
Okay. This this sex scene was so boring to sit through.
Yeah.
It was bleak and boring. One of the most awkward and unsexy things I think I've ever seen, where it's just Red Hat Man sort of greasily fingering this woman for quite a while. They don't actually have sex, right? Because she goes to sort of go for his dick, and she's like, "This dick's too small."
Yeah.
あんたそれでも男
That's it.
Yeah.
It's too
so
small.
Red Hat Man, he did
He's
all
done.
that work to get his dick all strung.
He smashed a roof tile for nothing.
I love this little in-between moment, though. So she's like, "Yeah, your dick's too small." And then we see another man flipping, backflipping
Yeah.
into the room.
He's warming up. He's doing backflips in the corridor.
So he flips into the room and takes over. So Red Hat Man sort of sheepishly walks out.
Yeah.
After all that cabbage, after breaking that roof tile, he's done. And then she shags this flippin' man instead. And this, fuck, mate, this was hideous, this scene.
Yeah.
It was hideous. It's the only way I can describe it. Like, it's just so bleak. And it's in this sort of grimy tatami mat kind of room as well.
And they're like 69ing, but
Yeah,
he's on
69ing.
top. So
Yeah, it's this awkward 69. Lots of like cross dissolves, and my notes just says, I forgot I wrote this, mindless fingering.
oh, there's a lot of
Because
that.
that's what
isn't
it's
there?
like, just
Yeah.
these pouring hands.
Yeah. It's really just like, it's the most unerotic sex scene I think I've ever seen.
But I did quite enjoy, he comes. He does a cum,
Yeah.
like while mid 69.
Yeah.
And it kind of, I wanted to know if this was unplanned and real, because it feels so real. You
Right,
just hear
yeah.
the, like offset
Yeah.
crew, the crew just being like, "Oh, he's come, he's done cum," and they come in and clean it off.
But the whole time he's still on top of her.
Yeah.
And the camera is just between her legs. It's just staring at her vagina whilst he wipes up his cum off her chest or something.
And then it gets worse. So then she's done his cum, but he's still going, and she's blowing him next.
Yeah.
And also quite a grim shot. And then the shag starts, and the only way I can describe this sex scene is that it's very butthole centric.
It's center frame butts.
It's just, if you like staring at buttholes,
Men's buttholes.
men's buttholes in particular, you will fucking love this film because I would say, not even an exaggeration, I would say about 30% of this film is a spread eagle male butthole.
Oh, yeah.
Center frame.
It's full on dead center, wide open butt. It is
Bit brown.
Bit brown. Yeah.
Oh, man. And it just goes for a long time, and it's very boring.
It is. And it's crazy. I don't know why. Did they choose to make this sex scene so boring?
I don't know.
Because the non-sex scenes are just so insane and so fast and so quick with the humor, everything that's happening. You've got meteors, you got everything happening. And then the sex, which should be the main part.
Yeah.
It's just so fucking dull.
That's what I mean about, like, this film is just this weird thing of just chaos, short bursts of chaos, and then long stretches of very dull buttholes moving
Dull buttholes.
closer and then further away from the camera,
Yeah.
thrusting away into our faces.
I did skip forward, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, fucking hell, I watched the whole thing.
This is not... Well, now that we've done this podcast, this is not going to be one I watch for another 15 years, I think.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever watch this again. Twice was enough.
But there are some very good scenes.
Oh, yeah. The best is still to come.
Oh, yeah. So, they've done the porn. They've done the porn.
They've done the porn.
They've done the porn. They gathered around in the living room, and the director's talking. He's like, all right, tomorrow's the last day of filming. Thank you all for your hard work. It's going to be a tough day tomorrow. Get an early night's sleep. Go to bed. So everyone kind of disbands, goes to their chambers. And then we kind of cut to this like point of view camera where the camera is kind of going, I think, upstairs. It's very dark and goes into a room where someone is sleeping. And it's very difficult to work out who is who at this point.
Yeah, I had no idea.
But we hear a woman talk in English.
Yeah.
And she says, "Be a good boy, okay?" I'm like, wait, was there a foreign person in this cast?
Not that I saw.
I'm gonna say though, her accent was pretty good.
Yeah. Her English is surprisingly good. Like, I don't know if it was quite native, right? But pretty damn good.
Yeah, because we're like looking at like almost a pitch black room, and all we can hear is this voice. And I was like, whoa. Why is someone suddenly speaking English?
Yeah.
And then I think she says, she starts speaking French after that.
Oh, did she? I didn't even notice that.
She's a mother of many tongues.
The guy that's in the room, though, he can't speak any English.
Nah.
He's just like, boku, 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 boku.
Boku, ga.
I'll try my best. My best. That's all the male actors say in this.
But at the start, he can't even say that. He's just like, boku, boku, boku. He's just like, I.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah. Then, back to, I'll try my best. So, yeah, she strips off.
She says,
strips him off.
"Just a moment, please."
Just
in her cracking English, yeah.
Very professional.
Just a moment, please.
Strips him off. Starts blowing him. And then, what do we get back to?
More 69ing.
And more?
Buttholes!
Buttholes. Hope you like buttholes.
Not a fan of the open wide male butt.
I think even if you liked buttholes, like even if you're a big butthole fan, it's not presented sexily in this. It's just very, like, I don't know, it's very workman-like shots of these buttholes.
Yes.
They're just very grim.
Yeah.
Very, there's no passion that's got into these buttholes. There's also a shot that made me laugh really hard. I don't know how to describe the position they're fucking in, but he's like somehow face down.
Right.
So he's like sort of squatted. I'm showing you with like
you're showing
fingers.
me some scissors.
So he's like that.
Right.
You got that?
Yeah.
And he's like, his face is down and she's sort of lying back. So he's sort of like shagging downward.
Right.
Onto her. Sort of like backwards. He's
Gotcha.
like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. But he's face down. And there's this really bleak shot of the man's face in the middle of the sex. Just like, did you catch the shot?
I didn't catch it.
He's like sort of face pressed against the floor, with his eyes open and just looking really sad. But yeah, it's again like the fuck scene before. It's a very long, unremarkable. Butthole centric sex scene, and it's exhausting.
It is.
It's very exhausting.
So moving swiftly on, and thankfully, the last close-up spread butt that we see in this movie. Why are you laughing? That's true.
I thought you were like gonna go to the next butt, but I'm like, that's the last butt.
That's the last butt.
That's the last butt.
That is the last butt.
That's the last butt.
Because now we already enter the final scene, the finale, if you will, which is greeted to us with a beautiful title screen. Tampon Tango Act 4 Scene 2. And bear in mind, we are only 33 minutes into this.
Yeah.
But we still have a bit of a way to go, because from here is really where it gets fucking incredible.
Yeah. This last bit is quite amazing.
So we see stupid red hat man, Cole Machida,
Stupid red hat man.
walking down the street, playing some kind of like kazoo party whistle type thing, and he's holding something in his hands. We don't know what he's got, but he knocks on the door, and a lady answers. And he's like, hey, please listen to my new song.
Was she the stoic tampon lady from before? I think
I'm
it
gonna
is, right?
guess yes.
Yeah, I think it is, yeah.
But she says, no, my husband is not here. Please come back later. But he bargains with her. He says, oh, just one song. And she said, but my husband? Oh, all right, come on in. Classic move. The wife is banging someone while the husband's away at work. It's like the classic fixing the sink guy.
But he's playing the song guy.
Fuck.
Fuck. This is so good.
This fucking scene.
It's so
we're
stupid.
sitting at the kitchen, and we got like a fixed shot of the two sitting at either side of the table, and what sounds like war propaganda music is playing. That's the only way I can describe it. It's fucking propaganda music.
Yeah.
And then it suddenly turns into like dance music.
It's like a funky,
Yeah.
really stupid funky beat.
But he's fucking loving it. He starts clapping away.
Gets up onto the table and he's stomping around. I was laughing very hard in this bit. This stupid red hat man. And like just conceptually, this is so funny. Like this man is showing up to play his song.
Yeah. And he's standing on someone's table dancing.
And she's like trying to get him to stop and get down. But then in the process gets pulled up onto the table. And she kind of just starts dancing as well. Like kind of like sort of like she's being forced to do it, but she's just dancing along as well.
And she keeps saying the same line. She's like, my husband's not here, please don't do that. My husband's not here, please don't do that. And then as they're both on the table's rocking away, they're both dancing, they both start singing that in unison. They're like, please don't, my husband's not here, please don't do that. And the table's fucking rocking, looks like it's gonna flip over at any moment. And before we know it, clothes come flying off. They get down on the table. They start to do a bonk. But what does she say? My husband's not here. Please don't do that. But that doesn't stop him for long. She gives in to his raw masculinity.
He blows his like kazoo horn thing into her butt as well.
Does he?
Yeah.
I don't remember
When she's like lying down, he gets his little horn out and blows it into her butt. I also I like my note here. No butthole shots, thankfully.
Yeah. Thank God. And is that what that was? His little kazoo thing? Because
I think it was.
It
was like a horn.
He's like putting something inside of her.
Yeah, that's what I didn't get. So he blows the horn thing.
Yeah.
So he puts that next to her butt.
Yeah.
Blows the horn, and then he's inserting something.
Yeah.
But I don't know what that was.
I had no idea. And it looks like he's got like... imagine I've taken like some fucking sellotape or something, taken a line of sellotape, scrunched it up, and it looks like that. And he's like inserting it into her.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't sure what that was.
Yeah, and she's saying, it hurts, don't do that. It hurts, don't do that.
But then he moves her to another part of the house, right? So we've been on this table for a while, and then they just sort of move to another area.
Yeah, kind of like a living room.
Yeah, it's just like, boom, we're in a different area. And they continue the shag in this living room. And then the doorbell rings.
Oh, and here we get the start of one of the greatest ongoing gags ever.
I would say from this point, from that doorbell ringing, this film is properly mad. Like, it is just like a crescendo of madness from this point on.
Yeah. So the doorbell rings. It's the husband. Yet he's inside already.
Yeah.
Yet the doorbell rung. How does that happen? So we hear the doorbell ring. We cut to a man standing inside the corridor in front of the door on the inside, saying, "I am the husband.
Yeah,
I'll do my best."
Yeah.
And then the way he walks, he walks like a fucking robot down. And I'm like, oh, it's gonna kick off. He's gonna catch his wife banging the musician. But no, he's completely unfazed. He strips off. He joins in. So we got a double team.
And then?
Doorbell rings.
Who is it? It's also the husband. So we see the next guy who comes in, same shot, and he's like, "I am also the husband."
So we get like a three-way. They all do a...
But the third guy that comes in, so we've got stupid hack guy, we've got the husband, we've got the guy that's also the husband.
Yeah.
But this guy that's also the husband, husband number 2, he's the flip man from before.
Oh, classic.
So when he comes in, he walks in, and then we get one of the funniest things in this film, which is him doing his backflip. But as he does the backflip, it cuts to another shot of him doing a backflip, but he's naked. So it's like this amazing cut of him backflipping and he's naked.
Love it.
Yeah, so, he joins in. So now it's like four people doing a shag.
Yep. And they do a cum. They'll do a cum.
Oh, there's some grim jizzing. That is grim jizzing.
Grim jizzing.
There's just like some very sad cums.
Sad cums.
Sort of limpy cums.
There's not a lot of effort going on in there. But that's it. It's not. They've done a cum, but it's not over.
It's far from over.
Doorbell rings.
Who is it?
She said, "I'm the wife."
Yeah.
She said, "I'm the wife." What's
wife.
going on here?
私妻です。なんなのこれ。
And she's sort of giggling. What's happening here?
She walks in. She takes one of the guys away from the foursome. Starts banging him. Doorbell rings again.
It's another wife.
She says, "I am also the wife."
Also the wife.
And then she says, "Oh, men."
Yeah.
Comes in.
She drags one of the other guys away. Then what falls?
Meteor!
The meteorite comes down again.
And who pops out?
Is that the director?
Yeah,
comes out
the
here,
tampon director guy who starts shouting again, "Tampon, tampon, let's insert a tampon."
And was that supposed to be, when that's happening, so he's like, tampons, a giant tampon falls from the ceiling?
Fucking massive tampon falls from the sky into this gangbang now.
タンポンやタンポンやタンポンの出し入れや面白いねタンポンの出し入れや出し入れや
I love the next doorbell ring. We just get a guy. This guy who just says, "I'm Joe's garage." He says, I'm Joe's garage. What does that mean?
I'm Joe's garage. And I bought the guitar and amp. So Joe's garage walks in with the guitar and amp, comes in, puts the guitar and amp down.
Oh, God.
Doorbell rings.
More people coming in.
And some guy, he's got sunglasses. He's like,
yeah.
Boss, don't do that, boss. He walks in, joins the gangbang.
Oh, God, the stupid hat guy, no longer wearing a hat, he's... as he's mid-shag, he's suddenly got the guitar, and he's playing the guitar, but also shaving his head at the same time, and he's singing, I was born in the bathroom, while he's shaving his head and playing guitar.
Oh, man.
The
doorbell rings.
The origami man.
The origami man comes in. So
has he got like paper cranes?
Yeah.
Is that what he's doing?
Yeah. So he comes in and he's got all this origami paper and he starts handing out the origami paper to the gangbang members and saying, please fold it into a paper bird.
Yeah.
And he's handing out these paper cranes.
Oh my God.
Doorbell rings.
Is that the guy with the vacuum cleaner?
Vacuum cleaner.
Yeah.
I think he's trying to sell the house. He's like a real estate agent. So he's saying, please buy this house. Starts vacuuming around all the people having sex.
The red hat guy now has now like almost fully had his head shaven. Like a woman's like shaving his head badly from behind. There's just like a bit of hair left off. And the director, I think it is like screaming about herpes again.
Oh yeah,
like
to hell with herpes.
Yeah. And then I don't quite know how to describe this, but like there's like confetti bomb kind of things that are hanging down that just open up and all this confetti falls down.
Oh my God.
In the middle of this mental orgy.
Yep. So, as you said, confetti starts pouring down from the sky. The man vacuuming is freaking out. He's waving his vacuum cleaner around because he has to vacuum up all this confetti. People are fucking the stupid hat man. He's smashing the giant tampon with his guitar now. And that's not even it.
No.
The curtains fly open, and there are male cheerleaders come out, baton spinning,
twirling these batons.
Fireworks start going off. People are fucking. Man's frantically hoovering. It's just chaos. It is absolute, utter chaos. And there's no other way to describe it. It's chaos that builds and builds and builds until we have this fucking massive orgy with fireworks going off, people shaving their heads, smashing guitars, vacuuming, folding origami, screaming about herpes,
twirling batons.
And then that's it. End.
Very, very sudden, aggressive end credits.
I mean, I don't think I could take much more after that. But it's so beautifully set up because it's so innocent in its start, you know?
Yeah.
It's like the guy knocks the door, can you listen to my music? She's like, oh no, my husband's not here. But okay, come on.
How, like, this is like within like maybe a 5 to 10 minute stretch. It goes from that to this at the end. Oh my fucking God. It's an incredible ending.
It is. And it definitely lives up to its reputation of being a fucking wacky, what the fuck, Japanese porn film.
Yeah. Yeah, it's also something... It's wacky in a way that... I don't know how to fucking describe it. It's not typical Japanese wackiness, right? It feels kind of deliberate. Like, it feels like a weird art project or... Yeah, like, it feels like he thought about every single aspect of this very, very carefully. I don't know what any of it means at all. I don't know what the purpose of this film is. I don't know. It's definitely not to masturbate to, because surely no one could masturbate to this.
There's literally not a single erotic shot in this entire film.
Yeah, it's the most unerotic porn film ever made, I would say. Because even if you compare this, if you go back to Night Dreams, which I think we might have said that about Night Dreams as well, this is way less erotic.
At least, like, Night Dreams tried to be sexy in the scenes it was trying to be sexy. Yeah. There were nightmarish scenes in there, but they tried in the scenes that were supposed to be hot. This just does not, at any point, feel sexy.
I was even wondering in this, like, how did anyone have a boner making this film? Because it's so mad. And, like that stupid red hat guy, he's playing guitar, getting his head shaved, screaming about being born in the bathroom while doing a fuck. Like,
I love it.
How is that even possible?
I guess it goes back to, as I said before, like, it's just that punk attitude. He was in with all the punk musicians.
And a lot of cabbage. Oh, but yeah, like, what an ending. But that's sort of what I was meaning when I was saying, like, it was less insane and more insane. Like, by the end, I'm like, no, that was insane. It was just not the insane that I thought it was going to be.
Right.
I was expecting something more disgusting, I think.
I guess, like, when you hear the name Tampon Tango, you expect some kind of, like, menstrual stuff, right?
Yeah, I think I was expecting something like that, or at least more of a tampon focus. Where the tampon stuff is very minor in this. I think the other title, the what was the other title?
Oshiri Rhapsody.
Yeah, that's a better title.
We do get a lot of close-up Oshiris.
Yeah.
The close-up butts, I
think it's more accurate to what this film is.
That's the point. There is actually a copy of this for sale on Yahoo Auctions at this very moment for $500.
Fucking hell.
And it's the only time I've ever seen, like, an actual, even a picture of a physical copy of this.
Right.
Like, it's just so rare. But the fact there is one actually available on sale right now is quite amazing. But
you gonna get it?
Fuck no. No way in hell. What am I gonna do with that? Look at more buttholes. But it's a great film. Definitely one worthy of the podcast. Not one I will ever watch again anytime soon.
It's just it was kind of exhausting to watch because it is so, there's so much happens and then nothing happens. So it's very hard to to watch. It's a hard film to watch.
It's a shame that there is such a massive contrast between, like, the sex scenes and then the non-sex scenes. Because the non-sex scenes are so entertaining. And I guess, well, the last sex scene, the massive orgy, even though we say it's a massive orgy and everyone's fucking, there's no focus on the sex.
Yeah.
So you don't really see much, like, actual sexual, like, intercourse or whatever going on. It's more the surrounding themes of it.
Yeah.
But the other two sex scenes that happen in this film are just focused solely on sex, shot horrendously, but without any of, like, the humor or weirdness that's prevalent throughout the rest of the film.
Yeah.
Which is such a shame. Because I feel like if they kept that up, this would have been a lot better. Yeah.
It's a weird film. Like, I would love to know more about, like, the intentions behind it. Like, what he was going for, what he wanted this to be. Because it is this weird, contrast between those two aspects of the film. Deeply strange film.
And with that, what are we saying for the wrongometer?
Oh, so fucking hell, the wrongometer is how wrong the film is, how weird it is, how fucked it is, how much it shouldn't exist. Well, this film definitely should not exist. And fucking hell, this is pretty high.
It's tricky. It's got to be high, but at the same time, it's actively making something that is bizarre and wacky for the sake of being bizarre and wacky.
But it did have the dick on the guitar thing, and the firecracker tampons.
Yeah.
Fuck. I'm gonna have to go for an 8. I was gonna go 9, but I'm gonna say 8 because it is very deliberately nuts.
Yeah.
Which takes it down a little bit. So I'm going to say 8.
I'm going to join you there with an 8, yeah. I think there is a lot to shame this movie for. I love that it went to so many of the places it went to, and the final build-up is just so baffling.
Yeah.
And it just keeps escalating, and every time I thought, like, it's not going to go any further than this, it keeps going further. And I love that they ended it with fireworks as well. There's so much going on. There's so much to just think, what the fuck is this? This movie is wrong. The porn scenes. Oh,
The buttholes.
the buttholes. They're wrong on their own. Although they get an extra point for them buttholes. But I'll give it an 8.
Wow. Oh my lord.
Oh,
Okay. Do you want to know what we're doing next time?
please do. There better not be any buttholes.
There's no buttholes, and we're finally going to leave Japan. We've had
Good.
double whammy of Japan, but we're going to stay in Asia.
Hey.
We're going to Hong Kong.
Oh, dun, 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 dun.
What is that?
That's Hong Kong Garden. Susie and the Banshees.
We're going to Hong Kong, and we're watching our first, I think. Yeah, it is our first Shaw Brothers movie.
Is it our first
I
Shaw
think
Brothers?
it is.
We've spoken about them so many times, though.
Have we? I don't know if we have. Maybe off pod.
I think,
We've
like,
talked about it a lot.
no, like Shaw Brothers Associated.
Yeah.
So people who have worked for Shaw.
Yeah, maybe
I think Red
Don't
Spells
Stop,
and
Red Spell, Don't
yeah.
Stop My Crazy Love. Yeah, I think we did talk about Shaw Brothers a bit on those. But our first proper Shaw Brothers film, we're going to be watching, and this is a little bit of a gift to you because you've been wanting to watch this for ages.
Yes.
And I'm like, no, just wait.
Yes.
So I'll do it for the pod because I love this movie too. We're going to watch The Oily Maniac.
Yes. Oh my god, I've been waiting half a year to watch this.
Oh man, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm fucking so excited to watch it again.
Brilliant.
And talk about it. And as always, follow us on Twitter
Yeah.
at SMSW Podcast. And you can send us an email if you want it, show me something wrong at gmail.com. And please leave a review on Apple Podcasts. And Spotify, you can do ratings as well.
Can you do
which I
that?
didn't know. I looked at the
Nor
pod
did
the other
I.
day and I'm like, oh, a few people have rated this.
Have they rated it? Thank
Yeah.
you, a few people.
It's got like a 4.7.
Well,
So some cunt didn't give us a fucking 5. Fucking, fuck. I love that's what I focused on when I saw that rating. Yeah,
4.7.
Yeah, do give us a rating and a review, especially on Apple Podcasts, because it helps us a lot.
the one.
And tell all your mates, tell all your friends, tell all your mums.
Mums love us.
Oh yeah, I've looked at the stats.
Is it mostly mums?
90% mums.
Ah, love
A couple of uncles,
Oh.
a few aunts,
Oh, leave them behind.
a few nephews, but mostly mums.